Not everybody needs a tool like this. I didn't think I needed it either. This is what I built. Let me show you around. This has some information about the stocks, and these are news articles. And we have some attribution between news articles and the stocks, whether or not they're going up or down. And I have this across the board. So if I close that, you can see here's a list of other stocks that I have. And I haven't loaded all of them because I haven't, I updated the app recently. So 1 month, we can see how many recalls are there. These recalls will give an attribution to that number up right here, the +6 or -1. But if we go into news, this is where those numbers are coming from right now. So we have a downgrade for that news article right there. And some news articles are positive. So each one of these is like a +1 point, and those points are up here. We can change how many points each news article could attribute depending on their source or the content, but we're not going to get too deep into the weeds on that just yet. We're just trying to do some bare minimum reconnaissance on the stock for quick service restaurants at the moment. So I have features like I have these arrow keys so I can move things around. That's fantastic. We can look at QSR magazine publication, but it seems like Buffalo Wild Wings hasn't had one recently. I think this only pulls the last couple of days, and it's reliant on RSS. So I'm not totally sure how quickly that's going to come into effect. But recalls are working just fine, and not all of these recalls are affecting this company, but it's likely if it has something to do with chicken or food service and chicken or distribution or supply chain, it might be relevant to this stock, which is why it's in that field. So we can go back through the timeline and look at different pieces of data throughout history, historical data, as you might call it, I don't know. All right, we have more features. These APIs right here, you can add as many as you want. So if you have an additional API, let's say you have 12 datas or 13 12 datas or 9.5 12 data APIs, we can add them all here, and then it will use them in a smart way. It'll say it'll round robin the APIs, so that way you don't burn them up and you don't have to have a dedicated Cloudflare host for your API juggling. So it's all built in right there. And it'll detect what API you put in. So if you put in 2 GNews APIs for whatever reason, I don't know, then it will know to round robin both of your GNews APIs. And there's a list here of the APIs that we have available. So if we want to organize red first, because those are the ones we actually want to look at, we can see that Yum is trading a little bit low where it usually does. So maybe this is an opportunity for investment. Let's see where it is on the 1 month, the 1 week. Looks like we're pretty high up there. It says it's a bad investment at the moment, but if you look at the 3 month, I would say get on the boat. But I'm not a financial guy at all. I don't know anything. All I'm doing is looking at data that I've put together myself, and I'm not very good at either things. Let's look at the news on this. We have some articles that give some attribution to stock movement. That's fantastic. And we have an outbreak. Remember when that happened very recently? Rest in peace, Salad and Go. So there's the data. Look at Starbucks. Starbucks was really interesting earlier because when I looked at news, you could see all the upticks. You have very positive news articles happening, and at the very base right there, as soon as they get some downtick news coverage, they immediately jump right back up. So maybe these are some signals we want to look into in the future. So we're just kind of logging that information right now. And like I said before, all this information, all your API keys and everything, all of that is cached in the browser. So this lives fully in the browser. All the capabilities you have here live on your own device. Here's the information. Yeah, here we go. Here's the info button. You can read all that. Should read it out loud, but I think it won't right now because I'm screen recording maybe. I'm not actually sure on that. I'll double check. So if you want to know who made this, We have a web link that doesn't load because I haven't loaded Pajama Stand yet. And then here's my LinkedIn. You can see who I am right there. Thank you for watching. Have a good day.